let's get down to business lah. What's something people misunderstand about burnout, especially in business?
Burnout. I think this is very very common. I think this is what happened to you recently.
Yeah.
I think identifying burnout is really really important. Burnout is actually a process. Maybe let me break it down first. In my opinion, you people who get burnt out easily, right? Normally, when people start to do a lot of stuff, when they start to do a lot of things in one go, and then after that they get a high doing it. When you see that sudden surge of high, I think you got to be very careful because that's actually a momentarily sign of burnout. You get a very good high, then suddenly out of nowhere, I'm unmotivated. And then after that, oh shit, I'm gonna start making excuses. I'm gonna start, oh shit, I'm getting extra tired at every single little things that I do and all of that stuff. I think that's really really dangerous. But first, you need to understand the difference between burnout and fatigue. If you're tired, you're tired. You're not burnout. I've seen people who burn out. Oh, they will just disappear and they will MIA. Those are the signs of burnout. You know what? F this shit, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm not gonna do this. I'm very tired. Those are signs of burnout. But if you're fatigued, I feel like a lot of people like to use the word burnout too lightly, like how people use depression too lightly, the term depression too lightly. Burnout is nothing. It's a phase that you will go through one way or the other. And I think burnout, you need to really acknowledge burnout as it is, not telling yourself that, oh, just because I'm tired, I'm burnout.
Yeah.
A lot of people use burnout terms in businesses, and I don't blame them. Fatigue is fatigue. I'm tired all the time, but I'm not burnout. I'm burnout because probably I'm trying to do too many things at one or at a go, and I think that is, in a sense, if I put it in a layman term, burnout is it's a mental thing. It's not a physical thing. It will affect your physical phases as well, but mostly I would say mostly burnout comes from mental tiredness or mental fatigue, not physical fatigue. That's my perspective about it. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you think that our body, right, plays a bigger role in productivity than we give credit for?
Definitely. Give me a moment. It plays a very big role. Hence the reason why I mentioned in our introduction episode, I say health is wealth. If your body is not functioning the way it's supposed to, or it's not in the state it's supposed to, what do I mean by that? If you're okay, people who are severely obese tend to get more tired than people who are slightly fitter. We have also people who are severely obese who have mental stress much quicker than compared to when you're you're in shape, and all of that stuff, and it does affect businesses. And that's the reason why, if you look at the times, right, long time ago, right, you see billionaires or millionaires, they're slightly bigger size, but right now you actually don't see that anymore. Most of the millionaires and billionaires, or self-proclaim that they are millionaires, are mostly fit.
Correct.
And it's a trend right now. It's because they need, when you're fit, when you're disciplined, you're in a state where you can do more stuff. And I feel like that plays a very big role when it comes to running businesses, or even if you're at your job, your 8 to 5 jobs or whatever you're doing. If you're not in shape, you tend to make a decision based on emotional outcomes. I used to do that too. I'm not saying that I'm severely obese, but when I was, I tend to jump to conclusions really quickly. I tend to make a lot of assumptions really quickly. I tend to get very emotional really quickly, and then I'll take it out on my work or my business. And it's a problem that I think it's not common, and it makes a lot of very very bad decision moments. And that definitely affects the business or affects your job, say. Yeah, it is important, I would say.
Do you think that society rewards burnout too much?
Society rewards burnout. What do you mean by that?
People are actually taking lightly about burnout to taking it lightly for burnout. Like, oh, tired a bit, burnout. Or I do too much thing, burnout already. Basically, they are saying it too lightly because they are actually not burnout. Like what you said, they are just tired. Basically, are they
Using the term burnout
Yeah,
too lightly.
too lightly.
I've met a lot of people who are like that. I don't know about the society, but I've met people who say that they are tired, or they make excuses and all of that stuff while running a business. And it scares me because, number one, when you're easily drained or you're not mentally trained to control your tiredness or to adjust your body to a certain level for you to do a certain amount of work, it becomes a problem because it shows that you're not on a steady pace of growth at all. You will not have that steady pace of growth because generally, if you ask me, your body is your responsibility. That's your bank account.
Yeah.
And if you can, I've always taught this to the team as well. You know this. I always say how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yep.
If you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of your business.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of the way you eat. If you're not disciplined with your mind, everything will just go to shit. There is no
Yeah.
version of the story where I don't take care of my body because I'm focused on doing work.
Correct.
And then
Yep.
after that, that's the reason why my business grew. No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it. I think people want a lot of things fast, like me.
Yes.
Okay. I'm guilty of
Wanting
wanting
things
too
too
fast. I don't see. I've always want like I need it fast. I need it fast. I need it fast. I'm hungry, but I think we should know that hungry doesn't mean needs to be fast. So when you're hungry, you don't stuff yourself with food instantly. Then you try to make yourself vomit. So it's the same thing. When it comes to business as well, pace yourself. Know what's next. Always know what's next. You don't know what's next and you're lost. You better start figuring it out quickly because in a business, right, time doesn't wait for you. So does your health. If you are sick and you're wasting time, and your business not gonna wait for you as well.
Talking about being fast, you said that you realized it. How did you realize it that you were going too fast?
When my business was starting to fall lah. When I'm
Okay.
insisting things to go my way in a faster pace. When I'm insisting on things like, oh shit, we need to go faster than this, man. Come on, man. We're too slow. We're too this. We are too that. When I realized that I'm doing that, right, I realized that we tend to go downhill really quickly.
Yeah.
Actually, my mentor, Kelly, your mentor too,
Yeah.
he did say this to me. Going fast is scratching the surface. What you need to do is go deeper. Even if it's slow, go deeper. Find the diamond inside there. Find the thing that you're looking for. Not if you go fast, you're just scratching the surface, and you don't want to keep on scratching the surface because you're not getting any efficiency on that. You may think that you're efficient by going fast, but actually you're not. But there's a difference. I'm not saying that going fast is not efficiency.
Yep.
If you're going fast and you're doing 1000% at going fast and you're expecting a temporary outcome, oh, then that's a problem. So yeah.
If someone's tired all the time, right? How do you know that it's mental or metabolic?
If tired all the time, I tend to read people pretty well. I know I'm gonna sound like a show off by doing that, but by track record, I kind of understand people. I kind of expect things to go shit real quick when I smell it. It's not a manifestation, but it's signs. I've met a lot of people in my life. I've trained a lot of people in my life. I've seen how people make excuses for themselves. I've seen people who are actually genuinely tired, and I can tell. I can tell the difference. I don't know how to identify that. I don't know how to explain that. But generally, you can tell when somebody is not in the game. You can tell like, oh, this guy is just making bullshit excuses, man.
Yeah.
But how do I manage that is time to time I will, if they are close to me, like you guys, I will tell you all off.
Yep.
But if they're new, I will tell them that I will give them a perspective to think of whether they're actually tired or they're actually making excuses for themselves. Because when people do join me in this business, right, I'm not expecting them to be 100% efficient in business, or I'm not asking them to give me results instantly, that kind of shit. No, I'm not asking them. I'm asking them to grow on a steady growth. I'm asking them to do the bare minimum. I'm asking them to acknowledge the stuff that they will go through, for example, their mistakes or their pros or their cons and all of that stuff. I need them to acknowledge all of that things, and then we can identify where we can work around it, instead of just, oh, you come in, I'm expecting you to be a superstar. No, I've never done that. I've always come in, I'll teach you how to become a superstar if you want to. If you say you want to, I'll show you the way. If you want to take your time, sure, go ahead. Just don't be worried when somebody overtakes you, and then everybody starts like, oh, come on, I need to go faster. I'm like, calm yourself down. We do one step at a time. I think generally people tend to focus a lot of things at one go, and that's my problem too. That was my problem. I tend to like, oh shit, I need to do all of this. I need to do this. I need to do this so that this can happen, and this can happen, and this can happen, and this can happen. And so many times I try to do that. I'm a overthinker. I'm a overthinker. I think it's not healthy. It's good that you can, if you can identify the process, but it's also important to identify the timing to do certain things. Oh, this is deep. Have you played Snapchat before?
Snapchat.
Snapchat, the
Okay,
yellow
okay.
color
Yeah, yeah,
ghost
yeah.
thing.
Okay, okay.
Snapchat was the first one to actually do what they call this, video
Stories.
stories and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that. But it didn't boom. Who actually boom in it is actually Instagram.
Yep, yep.
Facebook tried to do it, it didn't boom too. But then now they are together.
Yeah, yeah.
But when Instagram did it, it was not whose idea was better, and it was not about who come first. It was the timing.
Yeah.
When Instagram did it, it boomed based on what kind of timing I'm talking about, at which position your business was in. And then when you do it, even if it's the same thing, and if you're second, even if you're second, you still be number one.
Yeah.
It's not matter of how fast you do it, or who came up with a great idea first, or who started what. It's a matter of timing.
Timing.
I think that's very important if you can identify that. What was your previous question? I realized that I'm probably not answering your question.
If someone was tired all the time,
Eh.
is it mental or metabolic?
If you ask me, I think is sometimes metabolic, sometimes
Yeah, both ways.
yeah, it's both.
I've known you for quite a long time, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen you change quite a lot actually. From being the
The dickhead.
the fucking Saiful
Okay.
to what you are now, right? I've seen you grown, and what was the what have you personally changed in your lifestyle that made you sharper, made you more focused, the way you are now?
Oh.
Don't say uni mati.
No, it probably starts with that lah. You start your day with uni mate. But generally, habits, I guess I got a lot of bad habits. I try to identify them. Most importantly is you need to acknowledge it's a bad habit first. And then after that, if you can fix that, then you fix one thing at a time, and then eventually become who I am. I'm not delusional at the mistakes that I make. People like to tell me, or you're shit at this, you're shit at that, you're not a good person, or you're this, or you're that. They're telling me things that I already know.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm like that. And the difference is, first I have to acknowledge it.
Hey, you very
disturbing, huh?
very disturbing today.
First I acknowledge it, I identify it, then I acknowledge it, and then after that I'll try to make my way to change it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a routine. It's good to have a routine. My mentor always nag at me for not having a routine.
Yeah.
You wake up, what you do. After that, after you shower and everything, then what do you do? Then you go to work, what do you do? All the simple small steps actually. That routine is nothing but priming your discipline.
Correct.
And if you can do that, you can do more stuff. You can identify more stuff. People tend to like, don't, when they don't have a routine, they scatter their day and they feel very messy. I was like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not be as messy anymore.
Yeah,
Per se.
yeah,
Wake up, I got an agenda. I need to do this, I need to do that. I'm focused on a lot of other stuff. So it's important that I follow and stick through the routine. Yes, there will be times where I get distracted in between my routines.
Yeah.
But it's always important to make sure I clear whatever I need to clear in a day, so that I know that the next day I've actually done what I'm supposed to do. That's one thing I would say that is important.
I think we can end the episode with that. What do you, as usual, what do you want people to take away from this?
I think based on what we talk about, I think identifying is important. Identifying your flaws. If people tell you your flaws, try to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yep.
If people tell you your mistakes, take it with a pinch of salt. If you're tired, identify it. If you're stressed, identify it. A lot of things you need to identify. Learning about people, how to learn generally, how to learn about people's behavior or understand people's behavior in terms of sales or in terms of business. The most important thing is you need to learn how to identify yourself first.
Yeah.
You can't identify other people if you don't even know yourself. You don't even know your habits. You don't even know your health state,
Yeah.
the state of your health.
Yeah.
You don't even know where your mind and your direction is. If you can identify that, I would say you're in a safer zone where you can actually progress in your business a lot better or your job a lot better.